be preparing here for a second.
In case there's any obstacles, we're going to get them out of the way. We're going to move all our obstacles. Bye.
Yes, we're going to breathe. We are live now. So welcome all of you who are tuning in today. Thank you so much for being here. This is a live series. Everybody has a story because everybody does. So I invite anybody who wants to be a guest on here and chat with me to reach out to me. You can talk about anything you're passionate about, anything you want to share with the world. This is your platform. And there's always a topic that everybody's interested in. So nothing is lame, nothing is not interesting. Everything you have to say is interesting. So reach out if you want to be a guest. So that being said, I had a guest on recently who talked about urine therapy. And it seemed like so many people were interested in this topic. It was crazy. I was just blown away. So I had this awesome, beautiful fellow, BrotherSage. He reached out to me because he had seen that show as well. And he has a lot to say, a lot of wisdom to share about urine therapy. So he is here with me today. Welcome, BrotherSage. And I'm not sure exactly where you want to start, because I know that aged urine therapy is kind of part of the discussions we've had. And there we go. That is your fresh.
Fresh from the tap. You don't get much better. So let's just go big picture.
Yeah.
As one of my spiritual mentors says, she says top down. So we're going to go for the big picture first. At a time in our history when people are more concerned and more scared, they're concerned about viral attack. They have compromised immune systems. Their adrenal glands, their nervous systems are shot. They're in information overload. They're in energy overload. It's good to know that there is a remedy for all of that. Like the truth itself, it's hidden inside our body. And because of a lot of brave souls like myself, we discovered there is a wellspring of health and healing in your water that comes out of your bladder that is really golden blood plasma water, some people call urine.
Yes, thank you. Beautifully said. See, you're the guru. You're the what do people call you? The urine guru?
I'm the professor of pistology, and I write books on this subject. Yes.
Oh yes, we'll get into that too at the end. I would love for you to share your information, and I will post it in descriptions so people can find your book, find how to reach you, and all your information. Okay, because people are going to probably go crazy. So, would you please enlighten us about what the difference is? Well, first of all, maybe tell us how long you've been on this urine journey, and what has it resolved for you health-wise? Start there.
Great question. 1994. I started this journey through the inspiration of what became my Bible, The Golden Fountain, The Complete Guide to Urine Therapy by Cohen van der Kroon out in Holland. That gave me the text part, but really got me started was my teacher mentor, Leonard Orr. He wrote the book Secret of Youthing, in which he lays out the Demar Tantra, which was Shiva's scripture teaching Pavarti how to be healthy and live forever. Well, I realized that Leonard was a devotee of Babaji, and he and many considered him Shiva himself. So it dawned on me that Shiva sent a rep to tell me to drink my pee. I'm in. And so I haven't looked back, but I was dealing with prostate issues. I was dealing with intestinal blocks and stuff. And not only did it liberate that, but it brought a sense of calm and clarity to my body and my mind and being that I hadn't experienced. And now fast forward, here we are in 2021. And I have been coming up with every type of version that you can get it in your body, on your body, around your body, with 24 plus protocols.
That's awesome. Now, some of those names you threw out there, people are going to be like, what does that mean? But that's okay, because if they get your book and stuff, I'm sure that they'll learn and be enlightened. So can you tell us, what is the difference? What are the benefits from fresh urine and then from aged urine? Because aged urine, this is the first time I've heard about the aged urine part of it. And I'd love to know what the difference is and the benefits there.
Okay, let's go big picture, up, top, down. Shivambhu is the Hindu name for urine. Urine is the medical term for Shivambhu. They have different ways, viewpoints, and perspectives of what this is. Now, this is a universal panacea, which means there's nothing it cannot cure, heal, change, transform, regenerate, because it comes with information, it comes with energy of complete cellular perfection that's been with you since your body was being built in mom's water belly, water world for you. Isn't it lovely? Yes. And so, aged urine versus fresh urine. All right. Now, we're going to, if we start talking this direction, we're going to have to bring up tradition and superstition versus intuition. Because many of the people follow the Hindu practices that go back 5,000 years to the sacred text, which is known as the Damar Tantra. And so they taught you midstream, when to drink it, fresh, when to drink. They didn't talk about age. That came about in 1944 when John W. Armstrong wrote the book, Water of Life. And then recently with our dear friend in UK, Harry Matadine. Now, aged urine is a word that he's using. I like to call it evolving urine because this stuff never slows down getting more potent. Some people see it months later and they go, what's this little mushroom white thing at the bottom? Those are stem cells. Some call it Ormus gold in process. And so it only gets better and better in time. Now, fresh versus urine is like, do you want 100 times this potency or do you just want to have potency?
Yeah. So do you store it just in room temperature or in a fridge? Like obviously room temperature, I guess, for things to grow, right?
It's a great question. It's a great question. Being a universal water, you don't have to protect it from airborne contaminants and pathogens and stuff like that. Some people cover it. They'll put in a cheesecloth, rubber band. Some people put in a nylon stocking. Some people put on a loose lid. That doesn't matter. It's so antibacterial, antifungal, you name it. Nothing can grow in it except itself. So whether you decide to put it out in the sun or put it in the refrigerator, that's personal choice.
Okay. But it would probably slow the process or kind of be anti whatever if you're storing it in the fridge, right? Just like anything else, I imagine, right? That you're trying to ferment.
Yeah.
But you're saying if someone wanted to put it in the fridge, it's still going to have benefits regardless because it's urine, and you're saying urine is like the golden key to health and maybe agelessness.
Yeah, I'd go as far as saying immortality.
Yeah. So other than drinking it and taking it internally, I'm imagining you use it externally. What are some experiences you've had using it externally?
Well, look how gorgeous I am for 66. I mean, this stuff works. This is amazing. But let me go another route if I can.
Yeah.
The question comes all the time. Will urine heal diabetes? Will it heal cancer? Will it heal AIDS? Will it heal multiple sclerosis? Will it heal a heart condition? I always answer it two different ways. One is yes and no, and I'll explain. And the other one I will say to people is not wanting to show that, not to present myself like a doctor or a trained medical professional, which I'm not, and any urine therapy teacher will admit that they're not. The best answer that I ever gave was, I really don't know about that. All I know is that when I drink it, I feel better. It keeps from getting in trouble. So the reason I say it heals people sometimes and sometimes it doesn't heal people, because the ultimate healer is the mind. All right. If you have misery, if you're not eating right, if you're not exercising, if you have a bad attitude, it takes longer for anything to heal you. So it works better if you take on a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, agree, 100%. I just recently did like a 20-day juice fast, and I did implement some urine therapy in there because I just felt called to. And since I stopped the juice cleanse, I haven't felt that inclination anymore. So it does go hand in hand. The juice cleanse itself just lightened every aspect of my body, of myself. Just so much more clarity and just lightness throughout the body. Beautiful, amazing. So I can see how urine therapy can definitely be implemented into a healthy lifestyle. I agree that dis-ease is much more complicated than just, making one change in your life, following one diet.
You have to have vitamin L, which is laughter and love. Laughter and love.
Laughter and love. Perfect. Who's your friend there?
This is Berbaji.
Okay.
We went down to, my wife and I went down to New Zealand and took Beverage with us because we were following these spiritual people, and
Yeah.
I still have him. So he stays with me.
Nice. Nice to have that for sure. So, do you just strictly drink your urine throughout the day, or you are drinking water, you are drinking other juice and things like that?
Well, one thing I will remind everybody is that urine is an intuitive medicine.
Okay.
So it's not designed as a strict regimen or protocol like a lot of people do their supplements or they do their vitamins. By the way, when you really, really get into urine therapy as a lifestyle, A, you'll never turn back, and B, you can give up vitamins and supplements and medicines and spend that money on having fun.
Yeah.
And I can go into health food stores now and go right to the produce section and I can get out. It's a time saver.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I personally, I'm steering more towards just the juicing now. I do it for probably half of my day now. Like I just can't leave it because anything else I do makes me feel dense.
Mhm.
So yeah, brilliant. Is there
I would
any?
suggest I would
Yeah.
suggest what's called sip looping. It's a term that Doc Mike Whitford of Chicago came up with. Now he's a dear friend of mine. He's been doing urine therapy for 20 years as a professional, and he calls this sip looping. Every time you collect your urine, take a sip, put the rest in storage, and so that's a form of time release nutrients, like a drip flow from a
Right. Yeah.
plasma jar. Yep.
Yeah. So anything in moderation, basically, right? And like you said, the more intuitive you are to your body's needs, um,
Better.
the better. And you'll be your own physician, I guess, in those respects. And that's how everybody, should be. That's what we're all trying to get back to, and what everybody's capable of is being spirit led and relying within yourself, not on anything external. Our bodies tell us everything. So yes, very interesting. I agree with everything you're saying. I wonder how many people out there are going to go and are going to go and try their urine now, because there's such a stigma around it, unfortunately, right? Because, well, with good reason,
Yes.
we, we're made to believe it's like icky or dirty or something like that, so that we don't drink it, because it is so healing. People don't want us healthy. They want us to be using
Mhm.
their pharmaceuticals and stuff. So go ahead.
Well, since everybody's looking at everything as questionable in 2020 and in 2021, and everything we've ever been led to believe was true is questionable, even that the myth and the propaganda that urine is a waste product is questionable. And I am so honored and humbled that I have been able to meet and align and collaborate with millions of pee drinkers on planet Earth. There's like 30 million in 50 countries. That brings me a lot of confidence in sharing this message with the planet. And it also brings a lot to the conversation with folks that have to introduce this to newbies. And they go, well, how do I break down their defenses? And all these people are, they got their resistance. Your faith is going to get through that. And I see that time and time people go, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say a shout out to Leah, because she is watching, and Susan and
Nice. Hi, Leah.
Aaron. Yeah. There was one question about what your age was, but then you had answered it. So you are 66. So that's beautiful.
Going on
Um,
40.
going on 40. Very nice. There are some discussions here, so we'll have to go back and take a look at that.
Okay.
Someone's sharing their experience, and then Leah's helping answer some questions there. So we're all good. We're all good.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. So how old is the oldest urine
What?
that you have? How old is the oldest jar of urine you have right now in your closet?
3 years.
Oh wow. So how do
Mhm.
you know when to use what? Like when would you use the 3-year one?
Well, first thing, I date them. You got to put a date on it, or else you're going to go, was this year or last year? When did I start that thing? I have a little cobalt blue glass dropper bottle with the 3-year in it. I carry with me my backpack, which is so cool because any time of day your energy drops, your brain is not as clear as you want, just drop a dropper full into your mouth, It's amazing how like a computer reboots.
Wow. That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So okay, so who thinks you're nuts?
Who thinks of my nuts? Who thinks I'm nuts?
Who thinks you're
Uh,
nuts? You get some backlash from family, friends,
oh,
strangers.
no, they're used to me being flamboyant in my clothing and in my conversations and in my writings and so forth. It's the trolls and those scoundrels that show up during our live streams.
Yeah.
When I'm doing live Zooms and stuff, sometimes they show up. When you can find them, you know who they are because they get off topic really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And yeah.
I just knock them out of the way. They don't bother me anymore.
Yeah. Have you personally gotten friends and family to start using urine therapy as well? Like, have you influenced many people? You must have.
I have. And it's lovely that the people I'm living with are my students.
Nice. It's good. It's
And
good to have that living proof, right?
yes. Now, what's been really fun, Leah may know this, is that when people around town know what you're into and they know, oh, yeah, she's involved with the urine therapy thing. I have people coming up to me all the time and they come out of the closet and go, oh, I'm so relieved. I didn't know who I could talk to. I've been doing urine therapy for 8 years. I get this all the time. It's lovely.
That's awesome. That is very lovely. Let's just check on the comments here. And then I'm just going to give you an opportunity before we wrap this up. Again, you can share some of your information here with us and any last words, and then you're going to share with me afterwards. Just share whatever links you want me to add to descriptions in our YouTube and on the Facebook and stuff like that. So any last words here, and where can people find you?
Okay, my very last words is to the strong advocates, those that are doing urine therapy consulting with friends and clients, is that A, your faith has to be an all-time high, and B, your compassion needs to be present with every session because people are relying on you. I had someone who came to me just last night or this morning dealing with a form of herpes virus, and she didn't know what to do with it. And first thing you want to do is bring their mind to the possibility that the only thing you can heal is what you say you can't heal.
Yeah.
That everything's healable. And so I really enjoy being involved with this movement, and it is a movement worth taking seriously because we're tipping the tipping point to self-health care. We've given up pretty much on the medical community, and God already put in you your answer to health and happiness anyway. So jump in, guys. I'm here to support you.
I agree 100%. So I hope people reach out to you. There was one question here. And Leah, thank you. She's been helping answer questions that I'm not seeing, but what someone is maybe open to trying urine, but a little hesitant and wondering what you can compare the flavor to.
Well, it depends on their diet.
Yeah.
Because it may taste sweet, it may taste salty, it may taste bitter.
Yeah.
But here's the simple baby step method. Have people collect some of their urine, some of their pee. Touch it. Just touch it first. That's the first thing. That before you even do the lick thing, you want to open up the memory of being in the mom's belly for 9 months. Everybody knows urine. We drank it, we swam in it, we snorted it, we massaged in it, and they move more closer to yes when they move their association from negativity to, oh, maybe this is true.
Yeah. And
so I baby step the newbies.
Yes, thank you for that very much. And in my own experience, my baby step was just taking a swig of it and just swishing it around like in my mouth. Swish, 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 swish for about a minute, and then just spitting it out. So there you're getting a bit of the taste, but you're also introducing yourself slowly to maybe actually ingesting it at some point. And then I would put it in my eyes and stuff too. So whatever step is a good step. If you're taking some kind of action, whatever it is, baby step, it's a good one, right? Yeah.
Right. And there's 24 protocols, which is neat. It's really, you guys got to know that because people say, won't drink it. I said, would you do a foot bath?
There you go.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to step it into their body, even getting a cotton ball and dabbing it on their skin so their body gets used to it and their mind forms a new relationship with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been such a pleasure having you here, BrotherSage. And
thank you.
Yeah, I bet you have lots. Yeah, I think you have lots of topics that we could talk about. Yes, show us your book. Lift it up a little bit. Is it 2 books you have? Oh, that's wonderful.
This came out in 2018 and it became a success in 30 days and got me on 26 radio shows. This is called Healing Water from Within.
Beautiful.
These are both available either Amazon or directly as a signed copy. And this one just came out last year, the manual for urine therapy teachers. and therapists, and you can get them at the same sources.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. And I think Leah's in one of those books, her story, hey?
Oh yeah, her
Yes.
story and all her links to her website and Facebook page. I totally support her.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a light in the world.
Thank you.
And for your wisdom. And we'll have you back sometime in the future to talk about another subject that you probably are very wise about. You named off a few at one point, so I'm very curious personally. So again, everybody, thank you for being here. Please go to my Life and Birth Mentor YouTube page. I could really use some subscribers over there. And then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of these beautiful conversations with these beautiful people that I'm having. I'm just so blessed having the time of my life. So thank you once again, BrotherSage.
Thank you. Much love and light to all your viewers and to you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.